Alright guys, ZFR back here again today, and that's right, we just got some good old Warframe grinding going on today. We're going to jump right in here, but before we do, we're going to pick out our weapon and character. Let's see what we have in the good old vault to pick from. Wait, seriously? What's up guys, ZFR back here, and as you can probably tell by the title of this video, we are going to be talking about Warframe and some of the things in it that I feel need to change for the game to be a better experience and stuff. And I'm talking about this because I've been playing a lot of Warframe lately. I've been getting back into the game. I've been building new characters and stuff, and you know, I've just been really like trying to get back into this game and see what's going on with it. I even finally beat the second dream quest. That's something I've been holding off on for some reason. Well, mostly it was because, you know, I lost all my saves. I didn't feel like going back, but yeah, so it's just something I hadn't gotten around to. I finally did that, and I'm currently working on getting through the war within and stuff. So yeah, so far I'm having a lot of fun with the game and stuff, but there are some things I noticed along the way, and I just have to address them because I really do like this game. I've been playing it for 3 years, and I want it to be a better experience. So yeah, getting into this, I just want to start off by pointing out that Warframe is a game that's still in beta. Warframe's been in beta for how long now? It's been in beta for like freaking 4 years now. Yeah, like if I'm correct, yeah, 4 years. Let's see, cause I know I started the game in late, like at the very end of 2013, pretty much. That's the very first time I played Warframe. And when I say at the very end, I mean like in the last like week of 2013 is when I first played the game. So yeah, that's how long I've been playing. It's been beta ever since, and before I played. So yeah, the game's been in beta for a long time now. Like, that's a pretty big deal. Now, I know a lot of people don't look at the beta thing as a bad thing because the devs simply have it that way so they can continue to update it as much as they want and stuff. But in a way, I'm kind of starting to wonder if this is holding the game back. I'm starting to wonder if this is stopping the developers from actually sitting down and, you know, making serious decisions about the game and committing to them. Because I'm sure everybody has noticed that there are some things in Warframe that we've gotten that just haven't been committed to. Like, I believe Dark Sectors is one, the PvP is another one. Stuff like that. Like stuff that just are really good ideas and sound really awesome, but that the developers never really sat down and finished because they decided they can probably do something different or better. And I feel like that's kind of just one thing that can kind of ruin a gaming experience, because there's nothing worse than when you get something in a game that's kind of new and that the developer says they're going to grow over time, but then it just doesn't happen. So that's one thing I think the game needs to work on. Second thing is like, it's kind of still the same thing, but it's going in a kind of different direction. And this one might go against what a lot of Warframe fans want. A lot of people might disagree with this one, but I think there's just way too much of a focus on quantity over quality in this game. And I know people saw this one coming because this is an argument I've seen people bring up a lot before. But Warframe at this point, the game, they are oversaturating this game. Like, I know Warframe is a game people need a lot of stuff to do in. I know Warframe is a game that can get boring really quickly if there isn't something new every once in a while to do in the game. But see, that's what I'm talking about. That's a problem. If the game can't survive without being updated, every month, then chances are it's going to die eventually anyway. So here's my thing. Instead of, trying to, fill us up on all these updates and stuff every month and just giving us a bunch of new weapons and warframes that we don't need. Because let's be honest, a lot of weapons and warframes, we have so many at this point. I think we have like 30 something warframes. Like, God. Maybe getting close to 40 if I'm correct, but I know we're somewhere in the 30s. But yeah, like we have so many different warframes and weapons that a lot of them just are starting to really feel like they don't matter, or just honestly starting to feel like the same thing, kind of rehashed in a different way or something. So it's starting to just really become uninteresting, and it's kind of killing a lot of people's motivation to play. Why do you think Warframe? Listen, Warframe has a big audience, right? Why do you think Warframe doesn't have an even bigger audience? Because we all know that this is a really good game, and I personally, honestly, kind of think this game deserves a bigger audience than it does, and it has a big one already. But I think this game deserves to have one of the biggest audiences. But it's just like what I just said. Like, there's not enough being put into the game to get players to stay, instead of just like continuously cramming new stuff down their throat. You need to actually take a step back. You need to really just like give people a little room to breathe, a little room to take a break from the game, even if that means you have to stop giving us new stuff for like a couple of months. I know that's a big one. I was struggling to get up to that, but that's a big one. Even if you have to stop giving, even we have to go like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months without an update in Warframe, and hopefully by then, if your community is as loyal as they say they are, when you come back, they'll still be here. But when you come back, you can release an update that's so big, that has so much content packed into it at once, that players just have a couple months worth of stuff to do. At that point, you can work on and when I say you can pack so much stuff into it, I'm not talking about the same stuff you've been doing. You can do bigger and better stuff with an update like that. You can work on a bigger quest line. Like, I mean, you can have a quest that's almost the size of like a miniature campaign in a way, which is kind of what some of the quests are, but you know what I'm saying, a little bit bigger than they are, but just not the size of something that, I don't know, maybe not the size of a campaign like in Uncharted, but a little more like the size of a Call of Duty campaign, or maybe a little bit smaller. Like, you can put something big like that in there as a quest. You can go back and update and rework a bunch of the weapons and warframes so they feel fresh again. And like look at what you did with Excalibur. Excalibur's fourth power is awesome. Oberon's new rework sounds amazing. Like, you can do all of this different stuff, and you can really just bring us something new. You can finally take time to work on that PvP, because that PvP would be so popular in Warframe if it just had a little more attention. Like, you could tell that thing is not getting nowhere near as much attention as it is. I know a lot of people sit there and say Warframe is a PvE game, and that's nice and all, but listen, the money is with PvP. I'm telling you now. Like people will flock to a good PvP game, and if you put good PvP in Warframe, people are definitely going to jump on that. You're definitely going to get an entirely new crowd into the game. Then on top of that, that'll cause the game to probably have more funding and stuff, and that's going to be amazing. Well, actually, you know what? There is one thing I was thinking. I'm not sure if this one would be for the best or not, but I think it would be. I think if they did this, this could take the game in a completely new direction. I was thinking, what if they got rid of the trading system in this game and just updated the loot system, compensated for getting rid of trading by just kind of, you know, tweaking the loot system to where, I don't know, certain parts drop a little more frequently, making it to where it's not as a grind to get certain things. Maybe you just have to go through and get through harder missions in order to get them. Maybe you have to beat harder bosses. You can even update some of the old bosses and make them like the holders of some of these different prime parts and stuff. That would be awesome if the bosses around the map not only carried Warframe parts but carried certain prime weapon parts or stuff. Or you can put a lot more, or you can finally start putting more bosses in the void. That's just me saying that. You could put more bosses in the void, and you can actually expand on the void map by doing this. So that could be pretty cool. And you know, you go in there and you get some pretty decent drops from them and stuff. That would be amazing. I'm always been a person who was a fan of getting more direct loot instead of, you know, getting it through some system. It's the same thing, like, take what they did in Destiny, for example. Destiny was a game that advertised the direct loot system at first. It kind of was a direct one, but not as direct as we hoped. They made it look like you were going to go into a cave, you were going to fight a boss, and you were definitely going to get a awesome piece of loot for being that boss, because he was some epic, super big accomplishment and you just defeated him. And for that, you were rewarded for sure with a really cool piece of loot, like, for certain. And when the game actually came out, that wasn't the case. So, of course, a lot of people weren't happy about it. That's the same thing with Warframe. You can fight all these different epic bosses and stuff, and, you know, some of them aren't so epic. Some of them you can just blow through if you have the right Warframe and weapons. But like I said, update that. But you have all these epic bosses scattered around the star chart, and when you beat them, sometimes you're not even always guaranteed. Well, you might be now, but you weren't in the past. You weren't even always guaranteed that you'll actually get something off of them. But now it would be really awesome if, you know, you kill these certain bosses, then you get parts for sword. Like, you get, like, not just like a simple Warframe part. And when I say parts, like, I don't want to have to grind the same boss, like, I don't know, 50 times before he finally drops what I need. Like, I want that to happen, like, in the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 times I beat this dude. So yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, just make it a little more direct. Give the bosses like cooler loot drops and stuff, or maybe make some of these loot drops like rewards for surviving for a certain amount of time on certain missions, or maybe a big capture target. Like, update capture and make like the capture targets, make them like miniature bosses almost. And just make that a little more challenging and stuff. And if you actually capture them, you get this big prize. Like, that would be awesome. Make Spy something like where you break into some of these places, and maybe there's this big safe you have to break into, and there is like a blueprint for like a prime part or something. You know, make it a little more interesting. Like, make the loot system more direct. And you don't even have to do this with prime stuff. Do this with some of the weapons we have just sitting on the market. Like, you know, do that with some of those blueprints and stuff. That stuff like that would just really heighten this game's experience, in my opinion. But yeah, like, really, that's all I really have to suggest. I really think stuff like this would be awesome for Warframe. I would really enjoy to see something like this implement in the game. And I, just so everybody knows, I am working on a ton of Warframe videos right now. I've currently just started building Ash Prime, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, like, I'm going to be coming out with some big Warframe videos. Hopefully first one is tomorrow. I'm going to be coming back out with the build series and stuff. I know I kind of stepped away from that for a second, but I'm going to get back on that. But anyway, guys, just thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave likes and comments down below. Tell me what you think. You guys know I love hearing your opinions, whether you disagree with me or not. And just hit that subscribe button and really help us out. We are almost to 200 subscribers. It's summertime now. I have so much more free time, so the channel is getting ready to really start blossoming. So yeah, thank all of you for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. ZFR out, guys.